Hey guys, it's Duct Tape Susie, and this is going to be a cosmetics bag tutorial. This is the bag you'll be making in this tutorial, and the front pocket is optional, which I do explain throughout the tutorial. So if you don't want to do the front pocket, that is totally up to you. But you also have a larger compartment right here. A great gift for both men and women. Men tend to use bags like this for their electric razor, and it would also make a great gift for somebody that has to take medicine with them everywhere they go. So I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. I'll see you guys in the end. Bye! The supplies you will need for this cosmetic bag tutorial is a staple gun, extra staples, 1 or 2 rolls of duct tape, scissors, X-Acto blade, a ruler, cutting surface, and 2 zippers. This one right here is a 9-inch, which is optional if you want the zippered pocket in the front, and this is the main zipper, which is a 12-inch. Okay, so this first part, we're going to make the front and back panels of our cosmetic bag, and you'll need the dimensions to be 9 inches wide and 6.5 inches tall, and you're going to need 2 of these. You're just going to flip this over, sticky side up, and you're going to cover it with your inside color. So now you should have 1 double-sided sheet that is 9 inches wide and 6.5 inches tall. Now you're going to need 2 of these. Okay, now we are going to work on the bottom of our cosmetic bag. So you're going to take 2 strips of tape that are 9 inches long and make it 3 inches wide on the side. Then you're just going to peel it up, sticky side up, cover it with whatever your interior color is. So now you should have a 9-inch by 3-inch strip of tape that is double-sided. Okay, now we are going to work on the 2 side panels. So you will need 2 strips of your outside color and 2 strips of your inside color that are 4.5 inches long. And you're just going to take your 2 pieces of outside color. You want to make it so it is a 3-inch wide. Then we're just going to flip it over, sticky side up, and cover it with our inside color. Like that, and you want to make 2 of these. These are your side panels. Okay, this next part is optional. If you don't want to make the zippered pouch in the front of your cosmetic bag, you can skip this part right here. But if you are going to continue on, we're going to make a double-sided duct tape sheet that is 9 inches long and 5.5 inches wide on the sides here. Okay, we are continuing on the front pocket, so if you are still not doing the front pocket, you can skip this step as well. But if you are, you will need a 9-inch strip of tape, just 1 strip. You're going to peel it up, sticky side up, and cover it with your interior color. Okay, for this next part, you will get out that strip you just made, your 9-inch zipper, and a staple gun. And make sure you have plenty of staples on hand. So we're going to lay our strip down like that with the outside color facing up. You're going to flip your zipper over upside down like that. And you're going to leave just a little gap at the very end here. We're going to staple right where the beginning of the zipper is, right here, the top. Like that. And now you're going to go down to the bottom here and staple the edge. And now you're going to go down the entire zipper. So as you can see, I have all my staples all the way across the top. Okay, so once you have a 9-inch strip of your interior color, you're just going to cut it in half lengthwise. So you're going to take the 1/2 of strip and cover your staples. You will start from one end and place it to the other end, and you're just covering the staples. You don't want to cover the part where you open your zipper at. You want to be able to open your zipper and not have the tape interfere with that. And you're going to flip it over like this, sticky side up, and you're going to fold this part of your staples with the tape. So now it is attached to the one end, and you should be able to open your zipper without the tape interfering. Okay, so now you'll get your other sheet you made earlier that is 5.5 inches wide, 9 inches long, and we're going to attach it to the other end or the other side of the zipper here. So in order to do that, you're going to leave this with your outside color facing up, and you're going to take your zipper, face it downward. You're going to staple this edge down here. So now you should have a staple right at the very top here, and you should have a staple at the top here where your end of your zipper is, and you will just staple all the way across the very top. So as you can see there, I have all my staples on. So now we are going to take that half a strip we had left over earlier, and we're going to cover our staples. Once you have your staples covered with that strip of tape, you're going to peel it up very gently, and once again we're going to fold over this edge right here where the staples are showing, like that. So now what you should have is what we're going to call our front pocket panel with your zipper already attached. Okay, so this section is going to be about your main zipper for the entire thing, for the top part, I guess you could say. So you will need your 12-inch zipper for this part right here. You will take 2 strips of tape that is 12.5 inches of your outside color, and then you will flip that over and cover it with your inside color. So basically you should have 2 strips, 2 double-sided 12.5-inch strips for this section. Once you have those done, you will also need a 12.5-inch strip of your inside color, and you're just going to cut it lengthwise in half. Okay, so when putting the zipper on the strip here, you will go down, I believe it's like a 1/4 inch. You don't want this end part of your zipper flush with your edge. You want about a 1/4 inch over, and you will place your first staple. You want your staple to be about right at the beginning of the zipper here. You don't want to staple this edge. We need that to fold over later on when assembling. And then you're going to go down to the end part here, and you're going to do the exact same thing. Well, you just want to staple right there. Now you're going to go all the way across the top here and continue stapling between these 2 staples. So once you have all of your staples in place, you will take one of the half strips here, and you're just going to cover those staples, and you'll very gently peel it up, and we're going to fold it over like we did before, and you'll kind of know you need to fold it over about a 1/4 inch. So now you should have your zipper attached, and now we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side here. Face this upward, so once again your zipper will be facing you, will be facing upward. And you're going to take your strip and you're going to do your inside color this time by facing it down. And now that you have that staple in place right there, you're just going to continue to staple all the way across that once again until you get to the other staple. Oh, now you should have all your staples in place. Now you are going to take that last strip of tape you have here, and you're going to cover your staples. Now you're going to very gently peel it up, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to fold it over, and when folding your staples, you are actually folding over your entire staple here. So you're going to fold over about a 1/4 inch or a little less than that. There you go. We have that attached, and you should be able to unzip your zipper without having any interference with the tape from behind it. Okay, so now that we have that attached, we need to trim this down. So we have a 3-inch top. And since we want it to be about 3 inches, I'm going to place it about right in the middle. And I'm just going to cut off probably 1/4 of an inch on, a little over 1/4 of an inch on both sides here, so we get a 3-inch. And now, since that's cut off, I can just line it up, and I know right where my 3-inch mark is. So now it should be 3 inches wide all the way across. Okay, so we're going to start assembling it by attaching the larger zipper to the front pocket and the front panel. So what we're going to do is take this front panel, lay it facing upward, and if you did make the pocket panel, you're going to need that as well. If you didn't, that's okay. You'll just put it together without the pocket. So you're just going to lay them on top of each other, making sure they are even at the top, and just lay that down. Next, you're going to take your zipper, the larger zipper, the 12-inch zipper that we did earlier, and you're going to flip it over so the interior color is facing upward, and you're going to leave about 2 inches off both ends. So you're going to line it up at the top here, and as you can see, ours ends right here on this side, so you have 2 inches left over on this edge and 2 inches left over on this edge. So now that you have those 3 layers all laying together like that, you will take your staple gun and you're going to place your first staple at the top here, and you're going to do the same thing to the bottom right here. Now once you've got your 2 end staples in, you're going to continue to staple all the way across the top edge there. Okay, so once you have all your staples in place from the one end to the other end, you're going to need a 9-inch strip of your interior color. You're going to cut it lengthwise in half, and you will take one of those strips, and you're going to cover your staples, peel it up gently. Now we are just going to fold over these staples about 1/4 of an inch. So now we have our front panel and our pocket panel attached to the top zipper, and now we're going to do the same thing with our back panel. So you have your back panel, and this time what we're going to do is leave this all facing upward, as you see here. Take your back panel with your interior color facing upward, and you're going to staple across the top. Okay, so we place our first staple right here on the very edge, and you're going to go to this opposite edge here and place your other staple, and now you're just going to staple all the way down on the top here between those 2 staples. Okay, so now you should have that all stapled all the way across the edge there. You will take the remaining half strip that you cut earlier. You're going to cover those staples up. And now we're going to do the same thing we've been doing all along. We are going to fold over the staples and the fabric here about 1/4 of an inch. So now you should have your back panels attached to this top part of the zipper. Okay, so now we are going to attach our 2 sides that we made earlier, 2 side panels. When doing this, you will need 2 strips of your interior color that are 4.5-inch strips, and you're going to cut them in half lengthwise all the way down. You're going to take one of your side panels, and you're going to place it with your interior color facing upward. So you're going to start with your staple at the very end here, and I like to leave a little bit left over here at the top, maybe like 1/4 of an inch or a little more than 1/4 of an inch, so that way when we put this together we can staple these 2 pieces together and fold over. So I'm going to staple right where the zipper is right here. So go ahead and staple all the way down that. Okay, now you're going to take one of those half strips, cover your staples, and gently peel it up. We are going to fold it over like we have been, about 1/4 of an inch. We're going to attach the opposite side panel, and once again you're going to start at the bottom here by placing your first staple, and remember you're going to leave a little bit left over up here at the top so you can start your staple right before that zipper, and then continue stapling all the way down. Once you have all your staples there, you're going to take the other half strip and cover up your staple. Gently peel it up, and once again you're going to do the same thing here by folding over about 1/4 of an inch. So now you have these two sides attached to the front panel, and now we need to attach them to the back. So you're going to flip this up so your interior color is facing up. We're going to push this pocket up. You want to start at the very edge here. You want your two edges to meet on the sides. Place your first staple, and you're going to do the same thing to this one up here. And once again, I left a little bit at the top in case I need to fold it over. So now you'll just continue to staple all the way across the top there. Okay, you'll take one of those strips, going to place it half on your staples. So once again, we're going to do the same thing here, where we're just folding over this part with the tape and the staples, folding it over about 1/4 of an inch. Going to get the two edges to meet up. You want them flush with the bottom here and the edges. Place your first staple. And then when doing this one, remember to leave about 1/4 of an inch at the top here, and staple all the way down. I'm going to take the leftover strip you have here. You're going to cover your staples, peel it up, and we need to fold this over again about 1/4 of an inch. So now we have our two sides attached to the front and the back. Now we need to attach this zipper part to the side here. We're going to fold this edge down like that. Place your first staple there, and then staple it again all the way up to the zipper part. And as you can see, we have a little bit of a flap left over right here, where we will connect this to your side panel afterwards. But first, let's go over to this side and do the same thing. We're going to fold it down, staple it, and staple the remaining edge there. Now you're going to open up your zipper just a little bit, just so that way we can staple our flap here. So now you want to take the edges. This would be the edge, top edge of your zipper here, and this is the top edge of your side panel to your cosmetic bag. So you're going to take the two pieces and line them up. You can place a staple once you have it lined up, and you're going to staple this side as well. And you want to staple it all the way across the top there, like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. So once again, you're going to fold this down like that. You want the edges to meet, and you're going to staple that. And you're going to staple it again right here at the edge. Now we're going to do the same thing to the opposite side, so I'll flip it over. Once again, you want to bend this so the two edges meet. Staple, and staple again. So now you need to, I'm not sure if you can see this, I'll stick my fingers through there so you can kind of get an angle on that. These two parts right here are not connected yet, which is the top of the side panel, and this is the other end of the zipper, and staple it all the way across. So there you should have it all stapled across the top there. Okay, so I had this all put together and didn't realize that I missed a couple of clips that showing you how to put it together, so I tore it all apart again. Anyways, start off where we left off at. So after you have that all stapled, which I already showed you how to do, you're going to need one strip of tape that is 3 inches long. You're going to cut it in half lengthwise, and you'll need two 2-inch strips of tape, and you're also going to cut those two in half lengthwise. You'll take one of those 2-inch strips, as I have here, and you're going to place it on one side of your staples and fold it over, just like we have been doing, about 1/4 of an inch to fold over there. So then you're just going to flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing to this side right here that has staples. And now we need to cover up this part here, so you will need one of the half strips of the 3-inch. When doing this, make sure that you're not covering up your ends of your zipper here. You're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. Okay, so the next part is you're going to grab your bottom that we made earlier. Mine is a little mangled because I did tear it apart to refilm it. So now we are going to lay it inside. This is the best way to do the first set of staples. Lay it inside, facing interior facing up. You want the bottom and the back panel here to meet up, and then you're going to staple across the very top right here. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that, but you should have staples all the way across on that bottom. Now you're just going to reach in and pull that out. When pulling that out, you need to reach in and undo your zipper. So now your zipper should be open throughout this whole process. Okay, so now that we have that stapled, we pull it out and we're going to line it up to the other side and staple that all the way across. Okay, now that that is done, we're going to pull out the side here. You want the side of your bag at the bottom here and the bottom edge to be flush, and you're just going to staple that all the way across. Okay, and now you'll do the same thing to the other side. Pull it out and get it flush with your side and staple it all the way across. Okay, so now your entire bottom should be stapled on the two sides of the bottom and then the back and the front of the bottom. Now you are going to need one 9-inch strip of tape and one 3-inch strip of tape, and you're going to cut it in half lengthwise. Once that is done, peel up one of the half strips of the 9-inch. Place your 1/2 of your 9-inch strip of tape. So now that that's covered halfway, you should still see some adhesive on this side, and you're just going to fold it like we have been. And we are now going to place the other half of the 9-inch strip, and you should still have half of the strip as adhesive there. And we're going to do the same thing, folding them over 1/4 of an inch. To grab one of your half 3-inch strip of tape, and now we need to tape off these sides at the bottom. So you're going to do the same thing here. Place the strip onto your staples like that. You should still have adhesive on it, and you're going to fold it once again. Now you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side here. You're just going to cover your staples and fold like we have been. Now you should have no staples visible whatsoever. You should have every inch of your bag covered. and folded. So once that is done, you can start flipping it inside out or inside right. So by doing that, I just like to press on the bottom. I stick one hand inside, press on the bottom, pushing it inward. Like that, and then flip over this section. Okay, so now you should be finished with your cosmetics bag. I hope this tutorial was super helpful, and if so, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you remake this bag and you post a picture on Instagram or Twitter, don't forget to tag me in it. I'll have all my links down below in the description. So yeah, you should have a front pocket in the front if you chose to do the pocket, and then of course you have the larger compartment right here. And don't forget, you can add a little custom places for your makeup brushes or little pockets. And if you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll try to get to each and every one of you. I thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!